We're underway. Nye squibs it. It's fielded at about the 31-yard line by Griffin Donahue as he falls on the squib. So out to lead his Cougars again is Jonathan Leidy, the quarterback, number 8. Breaking the huddle, Kiski comes out in a shotgun formation. In the backfield is Cato Legespi to the left of Leidy. 3 receivers to Leidy's left. Avery Jones singled to the right. It's a handoff up the gut to Cato Legespi. Plows forward for about a gain of 4 up to the 35-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 6. Similar formation for the Cougars. Again, Legespi to Leidy's left. Again, up the gut on the draw play. He's met by the Cadets at about the 37-yard line. Going to be 3rd and about 3 as they spot the ball at the 38-yard line of the Cougars. They split 2 to each side this time from the gun formation. Leidy drops back. Quick slant, or quick in route to Nick Visaggi. Overthrown by Leidy. Will bring up 4th down. So the Cougars stall on their first drive here this evening. It'll be Clayton Halmy into punt. 10:45. Cougars able to knock a minute 15 off the clock here in the first quarter. Halmy sends it down. It's abandoned by the Cadet receiver, and it rolls all the way down to the 11-yard line. That was Kobe Hill back for the kick for the Cadets. So Linsly will have their first drive of the evening, starting from their own 11-yard line. So a tough field position here to start for the Cadets. We'll see what they can do. That's Wyatt Hurt handing the ball off to his running back, and he's met by a gang of Cougars at the line of scrimmage. Actually, it's going to be a loss of 1 as he handed it off to Eli Patho. It'll be 2nd and 11 from the 10-yard line for Linsly. Handoff up the middle again, and nothing there. Again, met by the Cougars. Seth Williams, Darius Barrett. Just some of the Cougars in to stuff up the hole. 9:20 left in the first quarter. Hurt this time sets up in the shotgun formation. They spread out 4 receivers. He's going to pass. He's going to take a shot down the field. It's caught by number 10. That's Jules Giovango. A gain of about 40 on the play. Tackled on the play by Avery Jones of the Cougars. So on a 3rd and 10, the Cadets take a shot down the field and drastically change their field position. That pass from Hurt to Giovango. Pass into the flat. Tackle by Eric Humphreys. Again, Giovango on the reception. Gain of about 6 on the play. Moves it up into Cougar territory to the 44-yard line of Kiski. They've got to get it out to the 40-yard line for another first down. Hurt again in the shotgun. Same play, opposite side of the field. It's got room to run. He's forced out by A.J. Kimbrough on the near side. Not before tearing off a gain of about 20. They push it all the way up to the 25-yard line. 8:10 left here in the first quarter. Hurt again in the shotgun. Play action to the corner. Defended by A.J. Kimbrough, his intended receiver, Joe Zachary. That'll bring up 2nd down. Clock stops with 8:04 on it. Pass into the flats, trying Giovango again. Gets it down to the 20-yard line for a gain of 5. It'll be 3rd and 5 for Linsly. They changed personnel. Cougars looking for an answer to that swing pass out to Giovango. 7:30 ticks on the clock. They bring a new look. This time Hurt will go under center. He hands it off. And he gets the first down, is Eli Patho. Up to the 14-yard line. Linsly has a fresh set of downs. Come out look in the same look. Again, handed off to Patho. This time it's sniffed out by the Cougars. Chris Rubino, Clayton Holme, and Eric Humphreys are there to push the Cadets back. Six and a half minutes left in the first quarter. Still scoreless, but the Cadets are on the doorstep. They toss, throw it back to the quarterback, looking to the end zone. He's got him open. And that's a touchdown for Linsly. Number 88, Cyrus Hill. So the Cadets on the board first here this evening, taking a 6-0 lead. And the kick will be Carl Nye. Lee Paul holding, and Nye punches it through. So with 6:17 left in the first quarter, the Cadets take a 7-0 lead over the Cougars. We'll see if the Cougars offense can get started here. They had a quick 3 and out to start on their first drive. And again, Nye will be kicking for Linsly. Back deep is Avery Jones and Clayton Halmy. Halmy takes the deep position, and Avery moves up, anticipating a squib kick, which the Cadets did to start the game.
He's offside. He's offside.
Offsides on Linsly. It'll back him up to the 35, and they're going to re-kick. They have a unique formation to start. It has people very close to the line, so if they even move just a little bit, they're going to be offsides. So again, Nye will send it back to Clayton Halmy and Avery Jones. 6:17 left here in the first quarter. Try it the opposite side. This time Nick Visaggi fields it and gets it out to the 43-yard line. 43-yard line for Kiski. And the Cougars will come out for their second drive of the evening. Cougars come out in a split formation with Lighty in the backfield and Cato Legaspi to his left. They send Halmy in motion. Lighty's going to throw it to Halmy on a little 5-yard out route. And Clayton falls forward. They're going to mark him down at the 49-yard line, so a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 from the Cougar 49. 5:50 left in the first quarter. Halmy again in motion. Takes a shot further down the field. Thrown behind Avery Jones. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 5. Off of Clayton Halmy running across the middle. It's number 24, Eli Patho with the interception. A look what I found. Sets Linsly up in great field position now in Cougar territory at the Kiski 48-yard line. Hurt will come out to lead the Cadets for their second drive of the evening. 5:28 on the clock. It's a toss. Nicely defended by Eric Humphreys after, we'll call it 3 tosses. A toss sweep, reverse, flip back to the quarterback that took a shot down the field on first down, trying a bit of trickery like they did on the touchdown that they scored. This time defended well by Kiski. Will set up 2nd and 10.
Keep people in front of you, play your position. Don't try and do too much.
Givengo goes in motion, sends him back.
That tackle moved.
It's going to be against Linsly. False start. So that'll back the Cadets up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 15.
Mm-hmm.
5:15 on the clock. Hurt goes under center. He has Patho in the background. Quick pass to Giovango. He's met by Micah Tillman and Clayton Halmy. They gain back the 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 10 from the 47-yard line. 5 minutes left in the quarter. This time Hurt will set up in the gun with protection to his left. Giovango goes in motion. Off the hands of number 33, Joe Zachary. That'll bring up 4th down for the Cadets.
He doesn't run jet away from 70. He doesn't run jet away from 70.
So Linsly will show punt. We've got about 9 yards for a first down, but they are in Cougar territory. He does punt it away. And a nice punt. Rolls down inside the 1 yard line. Into punt, Hunter Kelly for the Cadets. Avery Jones decides to wave it off. And the Cougars will have to go 100 yards. They found a little bit of momentum, not quite the power I'm sure they're looking for, but we'll see if they can get it started here deep in their own end zone. Lighty in the gun with Legespi behind him. Linsly signaling a safety. We'll see if Legespi was able to get out. Looks like they're going to mark him at the half-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and 10. Now 3:55 on the clock in the first quarter. It's a tough spot. The ball's basically in the end zone. Cougars are going to need to get a push. This time they do. Able to get it, we'll call it a gain of about 2 out to the 2 yard line. They need to get out just beyond the 10 yard line for first down. They have about a yard more breathing room. Lighty in the gun, 2 receivers to each side. Legespi in to protect him. He's going to pass. He tries Humphreys across the middle. And it's incomplete.
Yeah, he is. I agree. I was thinking the same thing.
So it'll be 4th down and 9. Cougars will be punting from their end zone. Holmes got his heels on the back line. It's a tough position to punt from, so see what he can get away. I'm sure Linsly's going to send the house. It gets out to the 40-yard line. And that's number 11, Kobe Hill, knifing his way up and to the 28-yard line of Kiski. So Linsly will have good field position again. That punt really trapped the Cougars deep. 2:46 left on the clock. Setting up from the 28-yard line of Kiski. He hands it off to Patho up the middle. Gain of about 5 on the play. Second and we'll call it 4. They must have gave him a gain of 6 on the play. Thrown into the corner, jump ball. Incomplete. Wasn't able to get any feet down in the corner of the end zone was number 18, Mikel Warfield-Payne. Defending was A.J. Kimbrough. '18 made the catch, just wasn't able to get his feet in. That'll bring up 3rd and 3. Linsly set up at the Kiski 22-yard line. Handoff up the middle. We'll have to see where they spot it. I don't think they got it.
I think he's short. Yeah, he's short. He's gone for it.
4th and we'll call it a yard, a little over a yard.
He's in. He runs the pound.
They push forward, and they're not going to get it. Chris Rubino busting into the backfield. Cougars win the turnover on downs, so they'll take over from the Kiski 21-yard line. Nice stop here with 1:04 left in the first quarter. Hopefully that stop can get the Cougars some momentum here on offense. Lighty in the gun, takes the snap, pass to his right, thrown behind Clayton Holme.
Saddle hand down.
Second and 10 from the 21-yard line. And Visagi not looking for it as Lighty throws to him. Cougars are having a little bit of jitters, I think, here tonight, getting started. Miscommunication between the receiver and the quarterback. 56 seconds left. Kiski has a 3rd and 10 in front of them. John takes a shot down the field. They find Avery Jones. Beats the double team that Linsly has stacked on him all night. Gets it out to the 47-yard line of Kiski, and hopefully that'll get the wheels in motion here.
Hurt him in the middle of the field, then they can't stack him.
Linsly's been double stacking against Avery all night. They've got somebody pressing him, and then they've got a safety over the top directly targeting Avery. So it's been hard for him to get open. But Lighty able to find him. We'll see if that opens up the run a little bit. Legespi pushes forward to the 50-yard line. This will be the first time the Cougars have been over in Linsly's territory so far in the game. It's taken them the entire first quarter, but we'll see if they get going here. Under 10 seconds left in the quarter. Not sure if they're going to get the snap off before the quarter or not. John does, but they blow it dead.
Yeah.
I just don't think the refs wanted to walk very far for a change of quarter. So they blow it dead, and it will flip right at the 50-yard line. At the end of the first quarter, Linsly leads Kiski 7-0. Cougar defense has been pretty stout considering they've had to defend Linsly mostly in their own zone so far this evening. And again, Kiski's yet to cross the 50, but it looks like they're just about to here as they face 2nd and 9 from the 50-yard line. Again, if you're having any problems with the stream, it will be posted over the weekend, the entire game uninterrupted in full HD after we process this and get it up on YouTube. So if you're having any problems and you want to watch it later, you can find it at the Kiski School's YouTube channel or on our website at /gameday. Starting the second quarter, Lighty will come out in the gun. 4 receivers wide, Legespi to his right. Slant route, Clayton Holme, he's gone. That's a touchdown for the Cougars as Clayton Holme on the slant route from John Lighty cruises into the end zone untouched. So to open the second quarter, Kiski gets on the board with 11 seconds into the quarter. Nick Visagi in to kick it with John Lighty holding. Visagi's been pretty good here at home on the PATs. And so with 11:59 here in the second quarter, Kiski ties the ball game 7-7 on a 50-yard strike from John Lighty to Clayton Holme. Visagi will stay out there to kick. The kickoff to, who do we have back there? Number 30, Carl Nye, as well as number 11, Kobe Hill. So we'll see what the Cougars do here on the kickoff. Hopefully that touchdown can get them some momentum in the right direction. Some of you watching for Linsly are probably cursing me, saying that you don't want that to happen, but we'll see what's going to happen here. Nye fields it at the 20. He's still loose. Finally met by the Cougars out at the 30-yard line. Eric Humphreys in there with Jameer Adderley to bring him down. So with 11:40 here in the second quarter, Linsly will take over for their first drive of the quarter. Handoff up the middle to number 22. That's Nick Falbo. Pushes forward to the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 4 as they marked that at the 31 before. So it'll be 2nd and 6 from the Cadets' 35-yard line. Handoff again. This time defended well by Kiski off the edge. It was Seth Williams there to make the tackle. A loss of 1 on the play. 3rd and 7 from the 34. They've got to get it out to the 41-yard line for a first down. This time they'll put Hurt in the gun. Looks to his right, finds number 33. Tackled by Chris Rubino out at the 40, let's see where they mark it, 44-yard line, 45-yard line is where they're going to set it down. So it will be a first down. On the catch, Joe Zachary. Cadets look to push the pace a little bit, forcing the Cougars to set up quickly, but now they stall. 9:55 left in the second quarter. Out into the flat. It's Giovango. Nobody there to tackle him except Micah Tillman. There's a flag on the play. It was holding on the play. A little bit of confusion there. The ref signaled for something else, but it was a holding penalty, so that'll back Linsly up. First and 12 from the 43-yard line. Handoff up the middle. Jake Fidel in there to tackle Patho. That'll make 2nd down and 11. They were able to gain 1 yard on that play. Pass to his right, takes a shot down the field. A.J. Kimbrough able to knock it down. Avery kind of wishes he didn't because it would have been a interception opportunity for him deep. It'll be 3rd and 11. Interception would have been nice, but we'll take the knockdown. That'll keep Linsly where they are. 8:45 left here in the 2nd quarter. Linsly's in the gun with Hurt. Screen out to the left. He's still on his feet, is Patho. Cougars got a tackle on that play. It'll be 4th down. They gain about 4 out to the 48-yard line. It'll be 4th and 7, so Linsly will bring in their punt team. Kelly into punt for Linsly. Avery Jones back, lets it bounce. And it's touchdown by number 30, Carl Nye. Hunter Kelly again with the punt. 7:47 remains here in the 2nd quarter. We've got a tie ball game, 7-7. Kiski's field position has been not favorable. Linsly's been doing a good job keeping them trapped in the 1st quarter. And they start inside their own 20 here. So we'll see if they can drive the field. John Leidy set up in the shotgun. With a 3-receiver set. Gets it out to Eric Humphreys, who's tracked down by number 12. That's Vic Giovango. Second and 9 for the Kiski Cougars from the 16-yard line. 4-receiver set. Lighting the gun. Handoff to Legespi. He's breaking through. He's got space. Makes somebody miss. He's going to get caught from behind by Mikel Warfield. Payne, not before tearing off about 35 yards out to the 45-yard line and into Linsly territory with 7:02 left here in the 2nd quarter. The freshman Legespi has been tearing it up this season for Kiski. This time they decide to pass to Visagi, but he's popped and not able to hang on to it by Giovango. So it's an incomplete pass. Kiski will stay where they are at the 45-yard line of Linsly.
Come on, guys. Let's go. Let's go, guys.
Inside. receiver catches it. It's Visagi. So essentially the same play. This time he's able to hang on to it. It helps when you're not hit as hard as he was on the last play. Pushes it out to the 40-yard line. 3rd and 5 with 6:25 left in the half.
Come on, guys, get us the first. Get us the first, guys.
Got to get it to the 35-yard line for a first down. Hands it off to Legespi. It's plugged up by Linsly. Number 62 plugging up the hole. Thomas Aronakale. That brings up 4th down for Kiski from the 42-yard line. So they're going to bring in the punt team, looking to pin Linsly deep in their own zone.
Just don't put it in the end zone.
Clayton Halmy is going to kick it away.
Just don't put it in the end zone.
It's partially blocked on the rugby-style kick from Halmy. He was debating whether to hang on to it and try and run for the first down. He decides to punt it and gets it down to, not sure where they're marking it yet, the 23-yard line of Linsly. So a favorable outcome, even though it was partially blocked. 5:23 left here in the half. Hurt will come out in the gun with 4 receivers and a running back to his left. He tosses it to him. Gets the edge, but he's taken down by Jake Fidel and Chris Rubino of Kiski, not before a gain of 5. On the carry was number 30, Carl Nye. We got a Linsly cadet choking up on the play. Looks like number 20, Tavon Miner. Training staff's going to meet with him for a second. As we pause, it's 5:12 left here in the half. 7-7 ball game between Linsly and Kiski. Thanks to everyone joining us on the stream. Word on the street is that you're watching from all over the world, which is exciting. We'd like to give a special shout out to those of you watching that were members of our 56 and 66 football teams. Both of those teams are the last teams to go undefeated here at Kiski, as our 2017 Cougars look to do the same here this evening. We do have a couple of actual players from those teams on campus here this evening. Miner's up and he's walking off under his own power. Looks like he tweaked maybe an ankle or a knee, but he's walking, trying to shake it off. So back in action, 5:07 left on the clock as it runs to on the 28-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Pass behind his intended receiver was Hurt, throwing the ball to Kobe Hill. Bring up 3rd and 5. Stops the clock with 4:51 in the half.
Screen. He loves the screen.
Linsly's been throwing a swing pass out into the flat to Giovango on these short downs. We'll see if he's going to do it again. They put Giovango in motion. They check the play and reset. And he's met by the Cougars. The ball's out. Coming away with it is Jordan Ackey. So the Cougars swarm hurt, and a swing in momentum for Kiski here late in the half. Seth Williams able to get in and jar the ball loose. Jordan Ackey on the recovery for Kiski.
Just rode him back there.
That's the kind of pressure that Kiski needs to create every time. So with 4:42, that drastically changes the field of play here. So the Cougars will take over at the Linsly 14-yard line. We'll see if they can take advantage of their great defensive play. Lighty in the gun. Looking across the middle, finds Halmy. He spins forward across the 10-yard line down to about the 8. Bring up second down with 4:27 left here in the half. Avery Jones goes in motion. They toss it to him on the sweep. He's got a defender on his back. Not able to drag him into the end zone, but he gets it down to the 2-yard line, and that's a first down for the Cougars. So they'll have a fresh set of downs from, we'll see exactly where they put the ball down. They're going to mark him down at the 2. Clock stops at 3:59. So it'll be first and goal. 2 yards to gain for Kiski. Lighty in the gun, sends Legespi in motion. Handoff to Clayton Halmy. Makes the jump cut back. No signal yet.
I thought he was in. Up in the end zone.
They're going to call him down at the 1-inch line. So it'll be second and about a length of the football. It's going to be Legespi getting the carry. And he's pushed back and met by half of the Linsly defense, pushing them back to the, we'll see where they mark his forward progress, back to the 4-yard line. So it'll be third and goal from the 4. He overthrows Clayton Halmy, was John Lighty, so it'll be 4th and goal. They're going to send in their kicking team. Kiski not able to take advantage of that great defensive turnover. They're going to set up and show field goal. We'll see if they actually do. And Nick able to punch it through. So that'll give Kiski the first lead of the evening.
Yep.
Nice defensive stand by Linsly, but the Cougars able to walk away with some points, which is always a good thing. So 2:41 left here in the half. Kiski leads Linsly 10-7. Visagie will stay out there to handle his kicking duties here on the kickoff. Back deep, number 11, Kobe Hill, and number 30, Carl Nye for Linsly. I'll tell you that this game has taken on a large significance here. There's been a vibe across campus all week in preparation for this game. Much different than any other game we've played, rivaling maybe the Mercersburg game, but there's definitely almost a playoff atmosphere here this evening. Both teams have been battling so far as Visagi sends it down the field. On the run is Hill. Fields it and takes it out to the 30, we'll call it the 32-yard line. So with 2:35 left on the clock, Linsly will try and drive the field. They've got to go 68 yards for the end zone. They tried a couple trickery plays. That's how they scored their first end zone or first touchdown on a sort of a flea flicker. They tried one again the next drive that didn't go as well, but we'll see what they do here. Trying to attack Kiski. They hand it off to Giovango up the middle for a gain of maybe one. Not really a gain of anything. 2nd and 10 with 2:20 left. The clock will tick now as there was an incomplete pass or anybody getting out of bounds. So low snap. Jameer Adderley reads the route, picks it off, and he's into the end zone. Going the other way. Nice defensive interception by Kiski. Jameer Adderley able to take the miscue by the quarterback on the low snap. Had a little bit more time. He knew where he was going to go with it. So he jumps in front of it and takes it to the house for Kiski. That'll make it 16-7 as Nick Visagi comes on to kick the extra point. That quick strike touchdown leaves 1:55 on the clock. Visagi puts it through the uprights. And Kiski takes a 17-7 lead over the Linsly Cadets. So that's 2 big defensive turnovers for the Cougars that have led to 10 points. So the Cougars have scored 17 unanswered points here in the first half. They'll look to continue that momentum here to close out the half and go into halftime with a big lead. Linsly had the momentum early on. We'll see if they can gain it back and switch the field. Visagi stays on. He'll send it deep again. Nye and Kobe Hill back for the return. That ball is going to go out of bounds. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Avoids a big return and a shift in momentum. Linsly will come out. Still 1:55 on the clock. It'll be placed at the 35-yard line as the penalty for kicking it out of bounds advances the ball up to the 35. Here comes Wyatt Hurt onto the field to call the play and lead his cadet offense. It'll be interesting to see if they take any shots down the field. They were early on. They're going to call that an incomplete pass as he was pressured by Nick Visaggi and others. He was trying to dump it off to Eli Patho, who was not ready for it. So it mimicked a fumble. Wasn't sure if he got it out of his hand completely, but they roll it incomplete, so it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 35-yard line. Now a minute 50 stopped on the clock. They try the toss to the left. Cougars there to sniff it out. Jameer Adderley slowed him down, and his Cougar teammates, including Seth Williams, Jake Fidel, and others, there on the tackle. Clock is running. Now a minute 20 left on the clock with 3rd and 11 facing the Cadets. It was a loss of 1 on the play. Try a deep shot. Knocking it down is Eric Humphreys. His intended target, Mikhail Warfield Payne. That'll bring up 4th down, and Linsly will turn the ball over to the Cougars if they punt it away here. We'll see what they're going to do, but there's a minute 1 left on the clock as that incomplete pass stops it. So 4th down and 11. They do show punt, but we'll see what they're going to do here. I would think they would kick it, but I've this before.
Don't jump, don't jump, don't jump.
They send number 11 in motion. He does kick it away. It's over Avery's head. He has to backtrack. He's got space. See if he can turn the corner. There is a penalty on the play. I'm going to say it's a block in the back. The referees are having a conference to see what's going to happen. They do call block in the back on the return, so that negates about a 25-yard return from Avery Jones. And it'll back the Cougars up inside their own 20 with 48 seconds left here in the half. They're going to mark him as catching it at the 28, so they're going to back him up. I don't know. They're trying to do the math, I think. 14, 17, 16, they're unsure. They finally set it down about the 18-yard line. So with 48 seconds, we're going to see what the Cougars do. Linsly does have 3 timeouts. So does Kiski. So kneeling on the ball isn't an option in this case. So the Cougars have to move the ball down the field a little bit. Otherwise, it would give Linsly an opportunity to take over. Lighty in the gun. They pass to Visaggi. It looked like he got a little held and roughed up there by number 22, but he's able to break free and make the catch for a first down. That will run the clock. Kiski takes a timeout to stop the clock at 40 seconds. When they come out, they'll have 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Out of the timeout, the Cougars come back onto the field. They have two timeouts remaining here in the half. 40 seconds to drive about 70 yards. It'd be nice to widen that gap just a little bit here before the half. They decide to switch the field. Lighty takes a snap. He shows pass. He has to scramble, throws it to Avery Jones, cutting across the middle, makes a cut, and gets out to the 46-yard line. 29 seconds remain. The clock will start. No, it will not, because Coach Perry calls a timeout. They have one remaining in the half. 29 seconds left when we come back out of the timeout. Kiski will have the ball at the 46-yard line and 1st and 10.
Oh,
29 seconds remain. Lighty in the gun. Takes it, shows pass. Taking a shot down the far sideline. Clayton Halmy, he's got it. And he fights his way into the end zone. What a throw and what a effort by Clayton Halmy to fight his way into the end zone before the end of the half. 19 seconds remain. That gives Kiski a 23-7 lead. Visaggi will come on to kick and hopefully widen the lead even more for the Cougars. They reset. Looks like they're going to go for two. Lighty is going to take the snap. Kiski tries a little bit of trickery, but they're going to call false start. Which is unfortunate because they would have walked it into the end zone. Maybe a little bit greedy on the Cougars' part, trying to capitalize on some momentum there. But they decide now after the false start that backs them up 5 yards that Visaggi will kick it. They fake the kick, roll Lighty out. They throw it to Halmy in the back of the end zone, and the failed two-point conversion will leave the Cougars with 23 on the board and Linsly 7. .19 seconds left in the the first half, second quarter. Visaggi will kick off again. Nye and Hill receiving for Linsly. They squib it. Falling on it is number 88, Cyrus Hill. Only took a second off the clock. 18 seconds remain here in the half. And Linsly will have the ball on the 39-yard line. We'll have to see if Linsly's going to kneel on it or if they're going to take a shot down the field. They've got about 61 yards to go until they get to the end zone. Hurt in the gun. He's got 4 receivers. They send Givengo in motion. Find number 20. He gets it to the 43-yard line of Kiski, and Linsly calls a timeout. The Cadets will have a 1st and 10 from the Cougar 43. 13 seconds left. Looking to trying to close that gap that the Cougars have created here this first half. Depending on their play calling and how they utilize timeouts or getting out of bounds, they could get probably 2 or 3 more plays in here. They do have 2 timeouts remaining, so depending on how far they move down the field, they do have an opportunity to get it in the end zone. 4 receivers set. Hurt drops back. Throws an out route to number 20, who gets out of bounds at the 21-yard line. That's Tavon Minor. Good to see him back in the game as he was shook up earlier. Ankle and knee seem to be fine on that one. 7 seconds left. Cadets from the 25-yard line. I'm sorry, I thought he got to the 21. He got to the 25. Hurt drops back, throws it into the flat. Micah Tillman keeps him in bounds.
He was in bounds. He tackled him in bounds. He tackled him in bounds. Clock stopped. Clock stopped.
They're debating whether the clock ran out of time or if they were able to stop the clock in time. They had 7 seconds on the clock. They tackled him in bounds. They're going to put 1 second on the clock.
You can't call timeout before the play's over.
1 second on the clock, so they're going to take a field goal attempt.
Block the damn thing. Go get it. Put Ryota in and go get it. I put Ryota in and block the damn thing.
1 second on the clock. Nye will come in for the attempt.
Short.
And it's going to be short and to the right. So the Cougars come away unscathed there as Linsly drove the field. At the end of this second quarter, the end of here at the end of first half, it's going to be 23-7. Kiski leads the Linsly Cadets. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with second half action. Stick around. We're back for the second half action. Thanks for sticking around. Kiski leads Linsly 23-7. Nick Visaggi there to send it away, and it goes out of bounds. So it'll be brought out to the 35-yard line, negating a big return opportunity for Linsly and the chance to get momentum here started in the second half. Kiski definitely closed out the half with the momentum for sure. Two big turnovers led to 10 points, and they actually ended up scoring 23 unanswered points against Linsly. Linsly looked great to start. They scored on their first drive, driving the ball without any impedance from the Kiski defense, who has turned it around, to say the least. Linsly will start with the ball. They pitch it right. Clayton Halmy and Chris Rubino on the tackle out to the 40-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 5 for Linsly. That was number 22, Nick Falbo, on the carry. Hurt goes under center. They toss it again to Falbo. And pushed out of bounds at the 49, crossing into Cougar territory. That's a Linsly first down. Low snap. Hurt keeps it. Excuse me, that's Vic Giovango keeps it. So they went Wildcat. Gain of 8 on the play. I like. It's a first down, the gain of 10 on the play. They're waving them forward. So they get to the 39-yard line for the first down. This time it is Hurt under center. Toss sweep to Falbo around the right. And he's down to about the 20-yard line. This looks like the momentum that Linsly had to start the game. .10 on the clock here in the third quarter. Linsly set up at the 20-yard line of Kiski. They decide to throw it. Intended receiver on the far side is Trevin Tush. That'll be 2nd and 10. Clock stops with 9:58 in the third. Linsly looking to strike here on their over the half. They're getting away with running the ball. They decided to throw it. We'll see if they go back to the run. It seemed to be working for him. Kiski wasn't stopping it. Direct snap to Giovango up the middle. He gains about 3 or 4. They're going to mark him down at about the 15-yard line, so almost a gain of 5. We'll call it 3rd and 5. Giovango in again at quarterback. Direct snap to him, and he plows forward for another 4 yards. That'll bring up 4th and 1 from about the 11. See what Linsly's going to do with it. They've decided to switch to that Wildcat with Giovengo. It seems to be working well for him so far. They hand it off to number 22, Nick Falbo, who slogs ahead for a first down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Cadets from the 9-yard line. Set up in a very similar formation. Run the sweep toss this time. Tackle by Chris Rubino out to the right. Gain of about 4 down to the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 5. Counter to the left. Number 24, Eli Petho with the carry. He gets about 2 yards. 3rd and 3, or 3rd and goal from the 3. 7:25 remaining in the quarter.
They weren't set.
And they push him forward into the end zone for a touchdown.
They weren't set before the point. I don't think they were set. That's on us. Is that on us? I don't know.
Looks like Falbo with the touchdown, but there is a penalty after the play. Probably some sort of unsportsmanlike. Still trying to sort it out.
That's on us.
It's on the Cougars. Unsportsmanlike penalty called against the Cougars after the touchdown. That touchdown comes at 7:13 and makes it 23-13. That's the kind of start that Linsly needed here in the second half. Again, they set up in a similar formation. Falbo tries to carry it in. And he's stopped by Jameer Adderley on the 2-point conversion. So Kiski remains ahead by 10 points, 23-13. 7:12 left in the third quarter. Kiski will receive the ball.
Yeah, my bad, yeah. Sorry. How are we short?
So Linsly will send it away. It is Carl Nye with Avery and Jones and Holme stacked deep. Griffin Donahue not able to fall on the ball. That'll be a turnover in Linsly's favor on the onside kick, or the somewhat of an onside kick. So Linsly will take over at the 43-yard line and look to make it a ball game here. That's the sort of momentum they needed to get started here in the second half. Hopefully it wakes the Cougars up a little bit. The Cadets will go to work, 7:10 on the clock. Hurt hands it off to Patho. He's down to the 35-yard line.
Yeah. 74.
2nd and 2 from the 35-yard line. Patho again up the middle. Looks like he's going to get the first down. They're going to move him forward, so it is a first down for Linsly. First and 10 from the 33-yard line. They go Wildcat with Giovenco in the gun. Direct snap to him. He's breaking it loose. Finally twirled down by Jameer Adderley. Linsly's come out with a new look with Vic Giovenco in that gun position in place of Wyatt Hurt. They seem to be rotating back and forth. It is Giovenco in the backfield. This time it's snapped to Falbo. He's tackled by Adderley. 5:25 ticks on the clock. 2nd and 9 for Linsly. They have this option here in this formation to snap it to either Falbo or Giovenco. They do. This time it goes to Falbo. He breaks loose, and he's brought down by Clayton Holme inside the 5. First and goal for Linsly. So they're going to try and capitalize here off the onside kick that was recovered by the Cadets. And scoring here would change the face of the ball game. Cougars need a stop. 1st and 10 from the 5. Giovenco takes the snap, and he walks it into the end zone. That makes it 23-19 in favor of Kiski. Nye will come in for the extra point. It's low, but it's good. So the Cadets come out and put up some unanswered points on the Cougars. What was a 23-7 lead at the half for Kiski is now shrunk down to a 3-point lead, 23-20. Kiski has yet to be on offense really here in the second half. Actually, they haven't been on offense at all. So the Cadets have eaten up approximately about almost 8 minutes. So we'll see how that affects the Cougar offense. They tried the short kick last time to it was about a 20-yard kick that was mishandled by Kiski. I'm not sure they do the same thing, but they might. This unorthodox formation gives them that flexibility.
It's going to the right. Ball slanted and pointed that way. Come back. See if I'm right.
This time they send it all the way down the field. Humphreys lets it go into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback.
In America, we are.
So the Cougars look to settle things down here and maybe put some points on the board to slow the momentum of Linsly here in the second half. They'll take over at their own 20-yard line. 80 yards to go to the end zone. 4:33 left, and this will be the first offensive drive for the Cougars here in the second half. John Lady in the gun. Handoff, Cato Legespi. Gain of about 1 on the play. Well, the Farge judge has him. It's a generous spot, but we'll take it. They call it a gain of 5 on the play.
Yeah, but he's cold as hell now.
2nd and 5.
He hasn't played. He's cold as heck.
Handoff to Legespi again. Out across the 28-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 3. Yeah, 3. They're going to call it the 27-yard line. So 3rd and 3.
He's in legal formation right now. Jason's covered.
Holme caught it. It pops loose and recovered by Linsly. Sorry, I'm just trying to comprehend what just took place there. Holme caught it. It comes loose as he was tackled. Recovered by, well, really tossed to Thomas Aronakale.
We got to adjust to this gun. We got to adjust to this. Jeez.
So the Cadets will take over. They're on a little bit of a momentum ride here, using this split wildcat. Looked like number 12 went early. They don't call anything. They do call a hold, though. Holding against Linsly will back them up.
There's no pitch. There's no pitch. There's no pitch. So he comes. He's yours.
3:08 left. It'll be 1st and...
There's no pitch.
Sorry, the chains keep moving over there. Let's see where they finally settle. That backs them all the way up to the 48-yard line.
He's going to run. He's that confident. He's going to run.
So 1st and a mile to go for Linsly.
Told you.
Direct snap, Falbo. This time he's met for a gain of about 1.
Yeah, there's no pitch.
2nd and 24. They've got to get it down to the 28-yard line from where they are. So it's not 24. Second and no, second and 24. I was right. Sweep. Fumble. Ball's loose. We'll see if the Cougars come away with it.
We got it. We got the ball. We got the ball.
They signal who comes away with it. Nick Visaggi. So that will hopefully swing the Cougar momentum in the right direction here. It was starting to look a little bleak. We'll see if they can capitalize on the defensive turnover. That's their third one of the day. They had 10 points in the first half off of turnovers. Again, we'll see if they can do anything with it. Linsly came out and scored 13. Lighty rolls, looks across the middle. Avery Jones is there. He's in space. He's dangerous. He turns it up the field, and he's in the end zone for a Cougar touchdown. A nice play from John Lighty to Avery Jones. And like I said, once Jones gets in space, he really can make people miss. That's the kind of play that the Cougars needed here in the second half, giving them a 29-20 lead over Linsly. Visaggi will come in for the extra point attempt. It's up, and it's through. So the Cougars take a 10-point lead with 1:57 left in the third. Staving off a Cadet rush. Again, the points off of turnovers for the Cougars have been really helpful here tonight to swing the momentum. It was a huge role in the first half, and it looks like it's going to continue here in the second. The Cadets controlled most of that third quarter. There's only 1:57 left. But Kiski with a quick strike touchdown to Avery Jones gets the Cougars out in front of Linsly for a little bit more breathing room. But the Cadets have been very aggressive here in the second half, and I'm sure that will continue. Trying to field it on the hop is Nye. They're going to mark him down at the 35-yard line of Linsly with 1:48 left. The Cadets will come back onto the field. Looks like Adderley cramped up on the play, trying to stretch out that calf. Pause in action again. Let me just say thank you for everybody watching on the stream, especially those of you that were part of our undefeated teams of the past, or if you were on our football teams in the past. Thanks for watching and supporting the Cougars. Again, this is a big game, not only because it's Linsly, but the Cougars have an undefeated streak going, and Linsly's only lost one game this year, but they're 9-0 in their last 9 games. So they lost their first game, but then went on a streak of 9 wins. So both of these teams right now running with a combined 17 consecutive wins. So a lot on the stake. Like I said early in the game, it's going to be an earned win here tonight. Nothing's going to be given. Adderley still shooken up on the play. We'll come back in just a second. It's good to see Jameer up and walking off under his own power. Again, I think he just cramped up there. Looked like they were stretching out either his calf or his quad, but it looked like his calf was froze up on him. So a minute 48 left after that reset. That kind of cooled the fans down, cooled the energy down a little bit. We'll see what's going to happen here. Hurt takes the snap. Quick out to the right. Tackled by Jake Fidel and Eric Humphreys. We'll see who it is coming out of the pile. It's number 21, Trevin Tush. Gain of 9 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 1 from the 44-yard line. A minute 10 on the clock as it ticks here. They break the huddle with a minute 10.
No, it's the other kid.
Split backfield to the left. Micah Tillman fights off the block and breaks up the run for a loss on the play. It'll make it 3rd and 2 from the 43-yard line. Under 45 seconds now as the clock runs here in the 3rd quarter.
And that's the thing, you got to adjust this. If he's coming in, there's no pitch back, so just play the quarterback. No, 15's to win. No.
30 seconds on the clock as they break the huddle.
How's there no delay here?
They look a little confused getting set up, but they finally get set, get the play off. There's a flag on the play, and strafing through is Seth Williams and Eric Humphreys to drag down Nick Falbo. Clock stops with 10 seconds. There's a flag on the far side of the field.
Take the penalty, yeah. Oh, yeah, you take the penalty. No, take the 4th down. Take the 4th down. I thought it was going to be, yeah, take the 4th down.
What you think?
Stay on side.
Illegal motion called on the play, 5 seconds remaining on the clock. I think they're just going to let this run to the 4th quarter. But it'll be 4th down and 2 as Kiski declines the penalty of illegal motion. So it'll set Linsly up 4th and 2 from the 43-yard line when we get back. So in the 4th quarter, heading into it, 30-20, Kiski leads over the Linsly Cadets. Linsly comes out in the 4th with their power eye, which was successful for him before. The Cougars stuff it. Ball comes out.
It's our ball anyway. It's our ball anyway.
That's a 4th down stop for the Kiski Cougars.
That was 4th down.
That was 4th down. It's our ball. It's our ball.
It was a 4th down stop regardless.
It's 4th down regardless. It's our ball.
Their coaches seem upset by that. But the Cougars stopped that ball. Then there was a debate whether it was a fumble. Linsly's arguing the placement of the ball. I'm not sure that he got across it. He had to get out to the 45, and he did not. So it's a turnover on downs. 5 seconds off the clock in the 4th. So we have 11:55 as the Cougars take over in Linsly territory. We'll see if they can gain some of their lead back. They hand it to Cato Legespi. He's tackled immediately by number 72 in the backfield. That's Neville Kruger. Backs him up 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 12 from the Linsly 46-yard line.
Don't snap it till his arm goes up every time. I wouldn't snap it till his arm goes up every time.
Lighty comes out into he's in the gun. He's got Legespi and Humphreys in the backfield with him. Out route to Jason Kachowski, not able to hang on to it. That was 2nd down. It'll be 3rd and 12 on the out route attempt to Kachowski. Clock stops with 11:03. Lady's got 4 receivers. Legespi stays in the block. He scrambles to his right. Humphreys is there, wide open down the sideline. Nobody covering him. Lady able to connect with him. That's a tough throw to a wide open receiver. You'd never want to miss him. But he's able to make the connection, and that puts the Cougars ahead. Another 6 points, 36-20. 10:53 on the clock. Nice play by John Lighty to roll out to his right. That's a tough throw. Visagi in for the extra point. It's up and it looks good. That's a 37-20 lead for Kiski. Again, 10:53 on the clock after the touchdown pass from John Lighty to Eric Humphreys. Not sure how Humphreys got so wide open there, but he did. Visagi will stay in to send it away again. Kobe Hill and Carl Nye are back deep for Linsly. Visagi with a nice kick fielded at the 11-yard line by Carl Nye. Tackled by number 67, that's Reese Bowl on the tackle. Linsly takes over at their 26-yard line with 10:46 on the clock. There's been quite the shift in momentum here.
Yep, that's 15.
That's a personal foul against Linsly. I didn't see what took place. Must have been after the play. When you get in these tight games against rivals, it's going to get scrappy. That's unfortunate for Linsly. It backs them up to about where Carl Nye caught the ball, so essentially negating his return.
No, he can't. You got to go away from the cat now. 15 something.
Hurt stands in the gun by himself. It's a 5-receiver set, 4 out to his left. We'll see if they drop back and throw it to Giovango in the flat. They don't. They throw it instead to number 21. That's Trevin Tush. He wasn't able to hang on to it. It'll bring down up second down and 10. It's going to take a shot down the near side here. The receiver almost had to play defense on that one as A.J. Kimbrough was looking to make the interception. Intended receiver Joe Zachary. He comes up hobbled on the play. Luckily for Linsly, he was able to knock that down. I think A.J. would have walked away with that one. .10:33 left on the clock. In motion goes Giovango. They're going to take a shot to him. This time it's picked by Eric Humphreys. Streak into the end zone, and he busts through and takes it to the house for a pick 6 for Eric Humphreys.
Yeah, he did. Good pressure by Jake.
And the Cougars shift the momentum and take a 43-20 lead. And the points off of turnovers for the Cougars, the factor here this evening. I believe that makes their 4th turnover, their 2nd pick 6. Visagi in for the extra point attempt. And it dinks over the crossbar, but we'll take it. 44-20. Kiski has a 24-point lead. So the momentum that Linsly came out with in the second half and put 13 up has been staggered here as the Cougars go from 23 to 44 unanswered. Seems like both teams are scoring in bunches when they do score. That Humphreys interception for a touchdown comes at 10:21 left in the 4th. Visagi will kick again. Nye and Hill back to return. That has motivated the crowd as well here. One of the biggest crowds I've seen here tonight from both sides. Linsly traveling well and represented well. Met by Adderley and Legespi is Carl Nye, taken down at his 25-yard line. They'll have 10 minutes and 15 seconds to work with. Still a lot of time left to do some damage. This game has shown how quickly scoring can take place. This time they've got Hurt in the gun. Ball's out. It's scooped up. It's Chris Rubino. He takes it in for the touchdown. I apologize. That was not Hurt. That was Luke Mueller at the quarterback position, stripped and taken to the house by Chris Rubino. Nice pressure from the Cougars. Like I said, it's amazing how quickly points can be scored here tonight. They take a 30-point lead, 50-20 here in the fourth quarter.
Chris!
Visagie in and knocks it through. With 10:05 left here in the fourth quarter, it's 51-20. Kiski leads. Like I said, the campus all week had a different atmosphere about it in preparation for this game. Earlier today, we had our first round of the soccer playoffs, and the Cougars defeated Germantown Academy 5-1. That was a great way to start our Friday here, as the Kiski Cougars now have a 51-20 lead, looking to close out Linsly here in the fourth. The Kiski Crazy student section down there seems to be helping to motivate the football Cougars. Visagie to kick it away. Offsides on the Cougars, so they'll come back and re-kick it from the 35 this time. A little bit of an ugly duckling, goes out of bounds.
That's okay.
Again, that's not a bad thing. Doesn't let Linsly have the opportunity for a big momentum return. It'll come out to the 35-yard line, and Linsly will take over. Into the game again is Luke Mueller. Not sure where Wyatt Hurt is, but they've decided to put in a new quarterback. See if he has better luck than he did last drive, excuse me. Pushing forward on the carry.
Yeah, exactly. The whistle. You can't let that go on.
was
The whistle.
Eli Petho.
The whistle got to blow.
Adderley comes up limping again.
Yeah, they're gonna blow.
Still favoring that cramped leg. It's a sweep. He decides to throw it. He just puts it up. It's Avery Jones with the interception, and he's got space. Finally brought down by number 71, Max Morrison. That was a sweep to Kobe Hill, who threw it. Interception by Avery Jones, and returned about 17 yards or so on the return. I think he got it around the 30.
What's the penalty? No. Is there a penalty? No. Why did you just change the spot?
Well, that's where Avery got.
Oh, okay. I got you.
They're going to mark his forward progress at the 50, so about a 20-yard return on the interception. 9:29 left in the game. Cougars take over at midfield. Lighty in the gun. Handoff Legespi. He's got some space. Sees daylight. And it closes up around the 35-yard line. Brought down by Jules Giovango. Tears off a first down and a gain of, we'll call it 13. Down to the Linsly 37-yard line. 9:02 clicks on the clock. Four receiver set again for Lighty. Cougars might want to start sticking to the ground game to eat up some of this clock. John waits for the referee to signal 5 seconds on the play clock. Again, he hands it to Legespi, and the Cougars look to slow things down a little bit and eat into some of this time left. 8:30 now ticks in the fourth quarter. Avery comes in motion. Lighty drops back to throw. And over the head of Avery Jones. Stops the clock with 7:56. And makes it 3rd down and 9. Lighty again drops back to the pass. Avery Jones. Shimmy shake. He's loose. Foot race to the end zone. That's a touchdown for Avery Jones. Able to shake loose from the tackle. Linsly not able to shut him down. That makes it 57-20.
Absolutely.
As the Cougars look to be shook coming out of the gate. Linsly ate up most of the third quarter. Since then, it has been all Kiski. Again, turnovers playing a huge part. Avery Jones having himself a day. And with 7:44 left, Visaji comes out to kick the extra point to make it 58. And he does. 58-20. Kiski takes the lead with a 38-point lead that all but seals it up for Kiski. 7:44 left in the game still, though. So still time for Linsly to strike, but they're going to have to do it quickly and often.
Look how much conversations on the cameras.
This is definitely one that he's got.
Shit.
Kickoff team right out there.
Mine's just screwed up.
And it looks like coach is going to take advantage of the lead to put in some players that don't typically get some playing time. It's good to see some of those guys out there. We're going to have a running clock here for the remainder of the game as we're plus 35. Visagi kicks it away. Again, Nye fields it. Tackled by Griffin Donahue at about the 28-yard line. 7:19 on the clock.
It's all wet. Condensation.
That's because it's removable. It gets in behind.
Yep. That's exactly what happened.
I was going to say, I'm not having any problems.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was talking to my colleague up here. Seven minutes tick away on the clock. It's getting very wet out here from all the moisture in the air. We're just having some problems with the cameras, but they're still ticking along here for us. 6:40 left on the clock. Linsly pushes ahead. It's number 22, Falbo. Linsly's going to have to pick up their pace a little bit. Mueller swings it out to the left. Quickly tackled by Humphreys is number 20.
Are you kidding me?
And looks like Griffin Donahue is going to take a penalty for unsportsmanlike.
Keep the clock moving.
Clock runs. The clock should be running now. It runs to the penalties, right? Yeah, it does. It does. It runs to the penalties. I know it does.
Run the clock! Run the clock!
He got it.
Under 6 minutes now, take away. Personal foul against Kiski.
That's an idiot.
Low snap. Mueller, he's going to take a shot down the field. Avery Jones plays center field. Takes it away. No indication yet. The ref never signaled if he actually caught it, but it looks like the Cougars are going to take it away. Avery Jones with another interception. 5:27 left on the clock. So in the jump ball scenario, Avery wins. Of course, the stream cuts out with 5 minutes left. Hold on, I will fix the scoreboard there in a moment as the Cougars are stuffed up the middle. It is not the 22nd quarter. I am changing the wrong one. I hate when that thing happens and the app crashes. What are you going to do? I told you the moisture's starting to play games with our equipment up here. Fourth quarter, let's get an update where we are. Fourth quarter, 4:15 left on the game clock. Kiski leads 58-20. Lighty hands it off. Up the middle, Linsly plugs up. And I you is a little unnecessary in their driving back of the running back. There is a flag on the play as things start to get heated. Well, not start. They've been heated.
That should be on them. That one should be on them.
I'd like to give a special shout out to EJ Ferris and Russ Swank. Russ is a member of the 67 football team. EJ Ferris, a member of the 57 football team. Again, those are the last two teams that went undefeated, and they made the trek here tonight to support the Cougars and their efforts to go undefeated, which it looks like they're going to write their way into the history book here tonight. 51 years later, the Cougars trying to go 9-0. Not trying to jinx them at this point, but it's all but written. Legespi, nice play by number 24, Petho, getting into the backfield and tripping him up. Was a personal foul called against Linsly, unsportsmanlike after the play. And so that pushed the Cougars out past the 25-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 10. Again, clock is running. So we have under 3 minutes now to play. 2:45 on the clock. Pass, Avery Jones in space. Lowers the boom. And takes 4 Cougars with him. Vic Giovango shook up on the play after the hit from Jones. Clock continues to run. Now, going to be about 2 minutes when they break the huddle here.
He's sending 12 off.
They're going to send Giovango off. I would suggest it's probably to look at a concussion. The referee sending him off. Nice job to him for recognizing a concussion or a potential concussion.
Can I ask why?
He took quite a pop in the head from Jones as Avery lowered his shoulder, and he came up a little woozy. So now 1:50 on the clock. They send the blitz in from the corner. Legespi stopped, gains about 2 yards, but that is a first down, and that will all but end it. I know I keep saying that. I hate to speak before the game's actually over, but I mean, at this point, 38 points ahead, I think we can call it. Thanks to everybody tonight for sticking with us here on the stream. Again, if you had difficulties, the game will be posted in its entirety this weekend sometime once I'm able to edit the footage and get it uploaded to YouTube. But Cougars are going to tick the clock down under a minute. John Lighty just waits. And he kneels on it. So with one more kneel in the victory formation, that should end it and seal the perfect season for the Cougars. Again, our last perfect season, 1956 football team. That ends it. Cougars defeat the Linsly School 58-20. Congratulations to the Cougars for their undefeated season. Congrats to Linsly for their outstanding season as well. Thanks for sticking around. Have a great rest of your weekend. We're going to go celebrate this win.